In the dead of night, an empty suburban street lies still, as ominous music fills the air. They said if you walked down Brookstone Lane at exactly 3:00 a.m., you'd see him, just standing there. Under the old streetlight, a clown, smiling, waiting. Streetlight flickers, casting long, dancing shadows on the deserted streets. A rusted no loitering sign stands as a silent sentinel. Most people thought it was just a stupid urban legend. Another small-town myth to scare kids out of sneaking out at night. But not us, not me and Riley. In the dim bedroom, I and Riley hunch over their phones, their faces lit by the screen's glow, as it was the first Friday of summer break. No parents around, no homework, just endless nights and endless dares. The excitement of the summer and the dare vibrates in the small room. I and Riley are texting on our phones, the glow illuminating our faces. Riley dared me to go see the clown, and I dared him right back. We never thought it would be real. The clock displays 2:55 a.m. in the dark room as I and Riley begin our stealthy endeavor. The window creaks open, its hinges protesting the intrusion. Riley and I meet at the dimly lit street corner, a silent promise hanging in the misty night air. Brookstone Lane unfolds before us, a broken line of streetlights swallowed by the mist. Just a broken line of streetlights disappearing into mist. One light, at the far end, still burned bright. A distant silhouette flickers beneath the streetlight, an unmoving clown. That's where we saw him. I and Riley cautiously approached the clown. At first we thought maybe it was a prank, a statue, a guy in costume waiting for TikTok clout. But when we got closer, we saw his chest rise and fall. Riley's nervous laughter dances on the night air. The clown tilts his head. Dude, he's not moving. I and Riley approach the clown, drawn by an irresistible force. I wanted to turn back. Every instinct in my body screamed to run, but something kept pulling us forward. A grotesque grin stretches across the clown's face, painted with old, dusty makeup. His eyes are empty, devoid of life. The clown's hands are abnormally long, fingernails black. The closer we got, the worse it smelled, like something rotten baking in the sun. A chilling silence descends as I and Riley stand frozen, a mere 10 feet from the clown. The air thickens with an almost tangible tension. I whispered Riley's name. He didn't respond. I turned, and he was walking toward the clown. Riley moves in the night toward the clown. Riley moves forward, step by step, as if he's not in control. Step by step, like he wasn't even in control. Riley reaches out a hand, fingers trembling. I tried to yell, but no sound escapes. My voice dies in my throat as Riley reaches for the clown. Just before he touches the clown moves. The clown's head snaps around, eyes locking onto an unseen figure. It was like his neck unhinged. His face twisted, still smiling, and he stared right at me. The night on Brookstone Lane is a chaotic montage of flickering streetlights and fleeting terror. Riley freezes, paralyzed by fear. The clown defies gravity, rising slightly above the ground. That was it. I ran. I sprint down Brookstone Lane, my breath tearing from my lungs as panic sets in. I sprinted down Brookstone Lane, my breath ripping out of my lungs. But even as I ran, I heard it. Under the dim glow of a flickering streetlight, shadows stretch and distort as darkness creeps in. Darkness falls as the streetlight sputters and dies, enveloping Brookstone Lane. I reach the corner, the silence heavy in the night. When I reached the corner again, Riley wasn't behind me. He never made it out. The morning sun casts a stark light on Brookstone Lane, now a scene of silent chaos and dread. Parents stand together, their faces mirroring a shared nightmare. Search teams methodically comb the area, their grim determination piercing the heavy silence. Days turn into an endless, fruitless search. They searched for days. No sign of him. They even tore up the streetlight pole. Nothing. A somber scene unfolds on Brookstone Lane as police officers investigate, their expressions reflecting the gravity of the situation. No prints, no blood, no footage. As if Riley had just vanished. The night deepens on a deserted suburban street, silent and still. A lone streetlight flickers, struggling to pierce the darkness. 2 weeks later, I woke up to a notification on my phone. One new photo. No sender. A grainy photo on my phone shows the clown standing under the streetlight. A grainy photo. It shows the clown standing under the streetlight. A photograph shows Riley next to a clown, and next to him, Riley, smiling too wide, face pale, eyes empty. Reveals the photo, capturing a haunting moment frozen in time. A voice whispers, "Now!" There's 2 of them, waiting, every night, at 3:00 a.m. Complete darkness fills the screen, an all-encompassing void where silence reigns. A faint whisper emerges from the abyss, beckoning, "Come closer." Deep in the night, Brookstone Lane is haunted by figures under the pale streetlights. Each clown smiles unnaturally, their grins a disturbing mask in the darkness. In the dim light of the bedroom, my eyes are wide with terror, reflecting the cold glow of the phone screen. Teenagers approach Brookstone Lane, drawn by the legend. Under the cloak of night, clowns stand motionless, their painted smiles unnervingly broad. Teenagers advance with trepidation, their shadows lengthening ominously on the asphalt. At Brookstone Lane, a teenager reaches out, drawn by an irresistible curiosity. On Brookstone Lane, the teenager's face is etched with curiosity. The curiosity twists, morphing into pure horror. Under the flickering streetlight, a teenager stands, unaware of the impending darkness. The streetlight sputters its last, casting the teenager into a void of shadows. Darkness descends, leaving only the faint glow of distant houses to outline the teenager's silhouette. Footsteps echo through the night as the remaining teenagers scream. The clowns stand encircled, their painted smiles now overshadowed by the unnerving grins of the figures surrounding them. In the darkness, the phone casts an eerie glow as another photo appears. The new figures are standing alongside the clowns. In a fit of terror and despair, I hurl my phone across the room. A full moon casts an eerie glow over Brookstone Lane. Under the cloak of night, the clowns stand motionless on Brookstone Lane, their presence a silent omen. They loom over the empty street, figures of dread, waiting for unsuspecting souls to cross their path. In the quiet of the night, their stillness speaks volumes, promising a terror yet to unfold. Inside the dim police station, detectives gather around a cluttered table. The air hangs heavy with cigarette smoke and the bitter scent of stale coffee. Frustration etches their faces as they pore over the evidence of Riley's disappearance. The silence is punctuated only by the rustling of papers and heavy sighs as the mystery of Riley deepens. In the heart of the police station, a detective grapples with an unsolvable case, papers scattered around him. The detective runs a hand through his hair, frustration etched across his face. He leans back, staring at the ceiling as the weight of the case bears down on him. Under the dim glow of a flickering streetlight, a weathered sign marks the entrance to Brookstone Lane. A minivan, laden with ghost hunting gear, grinds to a halt, its arrival slicing through the silence. 4 figures emerge from the minivan, their faces a mixture of excitement and apprehension. Silhouetted against the night, they carry cameras, EMF readers, and other ghost hunting gear. Under the shroud of night, investigators arrive on Brookstone Lane, their mission to bridge the divide between worlds. A palpable tension fills the night as investigators strain to hear whispers carried on the breeze. Unseen, unknown things dance at the edge of perception. Under the cloak of night, an investigator treads down Brookstone Lane. An unseen force seizes the investigator, dragging them into the abyss of the night. The last investigators scatter in the darkness, their retreat marked by sheer terror. Their equipment lies abandoned on Brookstone Lane, silent witnesses to the night's horror. Under the cloak of night, the clowns gather around the abandoned equipment. Their smiles grow. Absolute darkness blankets everything, and a faint whisper emerges from the silence. A voice calls from the void. Join us.